Hi there, Mike Leskin with another ABC Transcription Tools demo. This one really is for the power users out there. I've added the ability for you to specify in your ABC additional parameters that abcjs should use when rendering your tunes. And all of the information on this is in the user guide. There's a section adding custom abcjs rendering parameters. And in that section, there's a link to the abcjs documentation that describes a whole bunch of parameters that are used and specified when you actually render music inside the code. And what I've done is I've made these same values available for you to set inside your ABC. Now, setting these incorrectly could result in crashing the tool or producing output results that are unusable, but there are a few of these that are actually very useful, and one of them is called jazzchords. So I'm going to actually open up a jazz arrangement here. This was done by Paul Rosen, who wrote abcjs. And you can see that the chords here are displayed using the same format as always. I've made them a little bit bigger just so you can see them easier. But let's say instead we wanted this to look more like a jazz fakebook. And there's really no way to do that normally in ABC, to change the style of the way that the chords are displayed. But by setting this jazz chords value, you can change it from inside your ABC now. So I'm going to actually copy this little annotation here. It's just abcjs render params, and what comes after it is what's called a JSON object string. And you need to be a little bit familiar with JavaScript and JSON, but essentially it's the name of the parameter that you want and the value you want to set it to. And if it's a number or a true or false, you can just type true or false or put the number in. If it's a string like a color, it needs to be in quotes. So I'm going to just copy it, and I'm going to stick that into this ABC, and it can go anywhere. And now you can see that the chords are rendered and they look a little different. The minor sign is raised up as kind of a superscript. Same thing here with the diminished 7 and all that. Changes the style of the way that the chords are rendered to be more like a jazz fakebook. Another example would be one, not that you'd want to do this, but there's one called foregroundColor. And we'll say we'll make it dark green. And you can see everything has turned dark green. Or if I want it to just be red, now everything's red. One more example is if we were creating a score for, let's say, B flat clarinet, we would want to have the music sound with the pitches that you see here. We'd want that first note to be an F, but the clarinet is a transposing instrument, so we need to actually change that to a G, but when we play the tune, we want the note to come out to be an F. And so there's a way to do that in abcjs, and it's a parameter called visualTranspose, and we'll set that to 2. And that should be a colon. And now you can see that everything has gone up one step, but if we were to actually play this tune, the notes that would be coming out would be the original notes. All this does is it just shifts the notation, but it doesn't shift the playback. So like I said, this is kind of a power user feature. There are some specific cases like this jazzchords thing where it's extremely handy. Again, if you want to get more information on the feature, you can read all about it in the user guide. And again, you can check out the render ABC options on the abcjs documentation.